Welcome to DNA India podcast. I am Pramod Malik. Pakistan is facing multiple challenges on its home front. On one hand, it is facing TTP and its affiliates, not only in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa but in the hinterland too, and the recent attack in Karachi is an example. At the same time, Balochistan is boiling, and a new kind of fire is simmering in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, that is PoK. At the same time, Pakistan is struggling miserably on its economic front, with CPEC falling totally, and after the suspension of the Indus Water Treaty, future economic prospects are in doldrums too. Religious fanaticism are posing another kind of challenge, while the interference of the Pakistan army in its day-to-day affair is rising high. It is difficult to understand who is ruling Pakistan, Asim Munir or Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. So, what is the future of Pakistan? Where does it stand today? And how is it affecting India? Let us understand. Geopolitical expert Major Amit Bansal joins us. Sir, as you know Pakistan like the back of your hand, and you know about it. So, where Pakistan is going, in which direction it is going? Because we have seen the TTP attacking Pakistan Rangers in Karachi and killing the people. And on the same hand, we have Baloch Revolt army and other militant outfits. In this perspective, we have reports, we have seen that Pakistan has topped the global terrorism index 2025 with the highest number of terror-related deaths and incidents. How the entire ecosystem of militancy, terrorism been evolved in Pakistan since its inception in 1947?
See, Pramodji, first of all, I would beg to differ from you when it comes to the use of the word terrorism when you are denoting TTP, Baloch or any other rebels. What will you call a person whose entire village is ruined, his entire family is killed, his villagers are killed, entire area his fields are destroyed, and he has picked up weapon to fight for his own existence? Would you call him a terrorist or you call him a freedom fighter? Coming back to Baloch, what will you call a person whose father, brothers and sisters and they are all being taken forcefully, they have disappeared, their bodies are not yet recovered, whose sisters are raped, whose mothers are killed, small 4-year, 5-year-old kids are killed, and he picks up a weapon to fight the Pakistan army? What would you call him? Would you call him a rebel or will you call him a terrorist? So, when it comes to the violence in Pakistan, I would not call it a terrorism. I would call it an extremism, which is the generation of the Pakistan government itself, first of all. Second is why Pakistan is struggling to do this. Since the inception, 1947, if you see the list of Pakistani prime ministers, if you see the list of Pakistani leaders, if you even see the list of Pakistani army chiefs, it has all been dominated, except the Bhutto family, it has all been dominated by the Punjabis. Whatever funds we have in Pakistan, 70 to 80% funds are given to Punjab. Resources come from Balochistan. All the rivers come from where? They come either from India or they come from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. The water resource come from there. The mineral resource come from Balochistan. Other resources come from other provinces. But 60 to 70% of the entire share goes to Punjab. So, when there is a partiality, people will definitely pick up the weapons. Same thing is simmering in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir also. In Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, Pakistani government is not sending the rations, they are not sending the fuel, they are not sending the essential commodities, they are not sending the medicines. So, what will a common person do? They have to survive. They will protest against the Pakistani administration. And what happened in Rawalakot? When they protested, so many people got killed. Pakistani army fired at them. Second time they protested, again they were fired upon. So, when peaceful protests are being targeted, people are killed like this, forceful disappearances happen in Balochistan, innocent villages and villages are destroyed in aerial bombing in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. The kind of retaliation which will develop, and that's what is Pakistan facing.
Okay, sir. This TTP is attacking its target in Pakistan from safe havens of Afghanistan, and Pakistan retaliates by bombing certain areas of Pakistan, killing people including civilians. So, how do you see the operational capability of the TTP and the challenges it poses to the state of Pakistan, and how Pakistani state can handle it, what they are doing it? What do you say?
So, when it comes to particularly TTP, I must say that this is not the first time when TTP has attacked out of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and attacked in Karachi. Almost a decade back, same Jamaat-ul-Ahrar had attacked Lahore, where they blasted off the other side of the Wagah border, and so many people were killed. There have been several attacks by TTP, even in Islamabad, even in Rawalpindi, even in the hinterland. So, TTP knows no boundaries. Number two, I would like to recollect a report of a CIA officer way back in 2007, not now, almost 20 years back, when TTP was formed and Baitullah Masood was the chief. So, he wrote a statement, and he said that I found Baitullah Masood's group to be highly disciplined, highly organized, and capable of carrying out precision operations without any error. So, TTP has got such a foundation. It was formed not in a haste, it was very, very planned group. It was formed with a lot of tribal leaders, they were part of it, and all of them were suffering at the hands of the Pakistan army. So, so far if you see majority of the attacks which TTP has carried out, it is not against Pakistani population, it is against Pakistani army only, Pakistan army and its rangers. Here also in Karachi attack, they attacked the, one of the frontier corps area, military area, they did not target any civilian area. So, because of that, they have got very high local support. As far as you mentioned about the safe havens in Afghanistan, that is the statement by the Pakistan government. There is a statement not by the neutral forces, that is not the statement by the international powers. Pakistan says that TTP has got its safe havens in Afghanistan because it wanted to deny its own responsibility that TTP can have safe havens in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa also. However, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa has got areas where even Pakistan army cannot even dare to enter. So, these are the areas where they have got their own safe havens, and these safe havens were not created by Afghanistan. They were created in the 70s and 80s by Pakistan himself. Pakistan created Taliban, and when Pakistan wanted to send the Afghan Mujahideen, Taliban and Afghan Mujahideens, when Pakistan wanted to send these Afghan Mujahideens to Afghanistan, so they created these safe havens on the Pakistani land, Pakistani territory, from where the TTP is now operating. So, it is very futile to say that they are now coming down to the future. The way TTP now enjoys the support of the Afghan Taliban because of a common cause, Pashtun cause. Because of now the Pashtuns are being united in the entire Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. It is like never before. Earlier they were not so united, but after Pakistan government, the current government has started deportation of the Pashtuns who came to Pakistan after the Afghan war. So, all the refugees are being deported, and the kind of atrocities they are carrying out on Afghanis. So, there is a sort of unification going on in the Pashtun community, because of which TTP is gaining its prominence, TTP is gaining its power. And let me tell you, in the coming future, the days are going to be very difficult for Pakistan army, the days are going to be very difficult for Pakistani administration. You imagine if a family staying in Pakistan for 30 years or 40 years, all of a sudden somebody comes, says, okay, you have 6 hours, pack your bags, go to Afghanistan, 6 hours. People who were born and brought up in Pakistan, those who are married to the Pakistani ladies, those who are married to the Pakistani husbands, they are told, you have next 6 hours, pick up your stuff, go to Afghanistan, otherwise we'll forcefully deport you. So, these kind of actions are creating a negative image, especially in the Pashtun community and the Baloch community. And as I told you that Punjabis are ruling, they are calling the shots. So, overall kind of you can say the turbulence, the social turbulence in among the Pakistani society is at the peak, and Pakistani government is going to pay for this.
The BLA, that is Balochistan Liberation Army, they have increased their attacks in Pakistan, particularly in the month of January and February this month. They carried out several attacks. Those attacks were well planned, well executed, well coordinated, and spread over a number of districts. And they targeted security forces, security establishments, even civilian infrastructures. So how do you think the Baloch protest, their frustration, their anger against the Pakistani state, and the state of affairs and the current situation of this militancy and the rise of the current situation of the Baloch movement, Baloch nationalist movement, and how the Pakistani state can counter it, what they can do it? What is your opinion?
Pakistani administration is suppressing it by power. They are doing all their adventures to suppress it by power, which they cannot do. Recent example, you see, one of their very prominent leader, Dr. Mahrang Baloch, very, very prominent leader. Yeah. She lost her entire family. They have been forcefully disappeared by the Pakistan army. And she's been a social leader. She's been a political leader. No connection to the any kind of militancy. But she was given life imprisonment. Life imprisonment for no reason. There is no, there are kangaroo courts which are run by their own military officers and some kind of compromised judges, and they're doing it. Coming down to the prominence of Baloch Liberation Army. See, I personally see that if you see the prominence of Baloch Liberation Army, it started immediately after the Taliban took over Afghanistan. Now, why both of them are connected? Although Pakistan keeps on blaming that India is supporting BLA, India is supporting Taliban, it is not correct. In 2001, when Twin Tower was, after 9/11, America started its Operation Enduring Freedom in Pakistan. Taliban was supporting Al-Qaeda, so ultimately Taliban also got hammered. That time Pakistan allied with America, and they started killing the Taliban leaders whom they themselves created and themselves nurtured. Taliban was created by Pakistan, trained by Pakistan. Now, senior Taliban leaders had got nowhere to go. In Afghanistan, they were being killed by the American army. In Pakistan, they were being killed by the Pakistani army. So most of them, they went into the Balochistan, which is a current day, which is very difficult, hostile terrain. Most of them stayed in Balochistan. At that time, Baloch people, they helped them out. Baloch people kept them and their families safe. So when Taliban came to power in Afghanistan, they had to pay back. So they started giving BLA the weapons, Baloch rebels, they started giving the weapons, they started giving them training, explosives and all. And that is the reason why when you see the suicide bombing techniques of BLA is exactly same as Taliban. Attack strategy of BLA, it is exactly same as Taliban. So you cannot differentiate when it comes to the strategy. That means they are training them, they are arming them. A few years back, two of the very senior leaders of Baloch Liberation Army, they were killed in a covert operation by Pakistani ISI in Kandahar. So if Baloch leaders are in Kandahar, that means there is some connection. So it is the Taliban which is helping them. It is because of their mutual understanding, and they are increasing their thing. They have started launching attacks in Karachi. They have started launching attacks in all towns. Last month, they captured almost 28 towns for few nights. Few days, 5-6 days, the complete 28 towns were under the control of BLA. So it shows their power. The way they are increasing their military power, the way they are becoming more disciplined, the way they are becoming more trained, I think that future is going to be very, very disturbing for Pakistani establishment. These are the Baloch rebels who have not yet allowed Pakistani government to materialize its Gwadar port. Gwadar port is running almost 10 years behind the schedule, just because the rebel Baloch insurgency is there. And I don't think so that they will let Pakistani administration have a good night's sleep, because they'll keep troubling them all the time. And in future, they might declare some of the towns of Balochistan as a liberated town or as an independent town.
Now, sir, there are reports of increased cooperation between TTP and the Baloch groups, particularly the BLA. There are reports that they have joint training, combined planning, and they are attacking their common foe, the Pakistani state. So how do you see this cooperation between TTP and the Baloch groups? How this cooperation is a threat to the Pakistani state, and how they can, how they can manage it?
Not exactly TTP, but we have inputs that yes, Taliban is supporting, not TTP, but Afghan Taliban is supporting the Baloch rebels. TTP is operating in the northern areas, in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, all those Waziristan, North Waziristan, South Waziristan area, where Balochis have got not much say. However, TTP Afghan Taliban and Baloch rebels, they have got one thing in common. Their enemy, Pakistan Army. All of them are targeting Pakistan Army and their own paramilitary forces. All of them are targeting the Pakistani infrastructure. All of them are targeting Pakistani infrastructure points of importance, economic importance. And all of them have risen because of the atrocities of Pakistan. TTP, why TTP was born? Because of the atrocity of Pakistan. Why Baloch rebel were born? They were because of the atrocities of Pakistan. And Taliban was, of course, the creation of Pakistan. So in any case, all three of them are the direct or indirect creation of Pakistan. All three of them have got common enemy. Taliban is aiding BLA, that is for sure. TTP is providing all kind of moral support and kind of ideological support to BLA, that is also for sure. So far there is no military alliance, but in case that military alliance comes up, it is going to be the most deadly for Pakistani establishment.
Besides these things, I mean the extremism, separatist movement, TTP, BLA, etc. Let's talk about the Pakistan economy. That Pakistan economy is in a very bad shape. They have repeated IMF bailouts, a very weakened currency, debt burden, falling export, and a number of problems. So, what do you think? And the Pakistan economic situation, is it intertwined with the overall scenario? I mean, the extremism and the failure of the state and the Pakistan economy, all these things are intertwined. What do you think?
They are interlinked. See, when it comes to Pakistani economy is more or less like Indian economy. We are dominant as far as the agriculture-based economy, plus some exports, some industries. Till 7-8 years back or maybe 10 years back, Pakistan thought that after the CPEC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor comes up, they'll have a huge infrastructure, they'll have industries, they'll have a huge export, but that hope has died down. Coming to agriculture, after the abrogation of or suspension of Indus Water Treaty, this year, 35 to 40% of their Kharif crop is going to be affected, which is going to cause a heavy burden to their own agriculture-based economy. Rabi crop has been suffered by about 20-25%. Kharif will be suffering by 35 to 40%. And this will have a cascading effect. After Kharif crop, next year Rabi crop will be suffering more than this, and then Kharif and all, because now the process has started. Coming to the exports, exports are reducing with every passing day. So Pakistan is not getting the money also. And till date, now the primary source of Pakistan's foreign reserve is only either it is grant or aid or loans, or it is the reimbursements. Reimbursement means the people who are working outside, Pakistani people who are sending the money. Other than that, export generated reimbursements, other than that, other kind of reimbursements are almost nil. So ultimately, when it comes to economy, it is going into doldrums, it is going into very down. But what Pakistan does, you might have to understand the strategy. Whenever Pakistani economy goes down, its leaders, they start rattling the junjuna of India, anti-India sentiments. If Pakistan is hungry, say, okay, you are hungry, no problem, but we'll get you Kashmir, fight with us. If he says, sir, I am hungry, I am not having employment, I am unemployed, no problem, we'll get Kashmir for you, Kashmir banega Pakistan. So these kind of sentiments they do, and these kind of saber rattling they do against India, and that they have been doing for last donkey years, and they'll continue to do it. However, as far as the economy is concerned, if Middle Eastern countries pull out, if Saudi pulls out, if Qatar pulls out, if UAE pulls out, Pakistani economy will crash within a day. It will not be able to sustain if all these countries pull out their money, what they have loaned to Pakistan, not even a day, because they are in debt, they are in heavy debt, everybody. You see their current situation, 335 rupees a litre is the petrol in Pakistan. In India, if you increase it by 5 rupees a litre, people will start making hue and cry, that you can't do anything. So everything is suffering, industry is suffering because there is no electricity. Agriculture is suffering because there is no water. Exports are suffering because terrorism is or extremism is harming them. CPEC could not materialize. Whatever they are getting is Chinese contractors are eating away everything. So ultimately, economy has got no future. It is only surviving on grants. It is only surviving on the loans.
Major Bansal, Pakistani army has been ruling the country from the very beginning, from 1947 itself, when Pakistan was born, directly or indirectly. And now, last year in the month of November, the Pakistan Assembly, the National Assembly, has approved the 27th constitutional amendment and created a post, especially from Asim Munir. And now, how do you think this is the increasing dominance of Pakistani army, increasing dominance of military over the civilian administration and the democratic institutions? So, what is the future of democracy in Pakistan and the democratic institutions? How can they survive on the onslaught of Pakistani army that has increased its influence, dominance recently again, once again? What do you think?
So, if you compare Pakistan with India, in 1947, both the countries got independence from British. India inherited a large number of freedom fighters, leaders. We had Gandhi, we had Nehru, we had Vallabhbhai Patel, we had all sort of national leaders, we had all leaders of Congress. What Pakistan had? Jinnah, who was very sick, who was not even able to speak well, stand well. Couple more Liaqati Khan who were assassinated soon later on. So, when you do not have leaders, automatically the prominence of military will rise. So, who was calling shots? Iskandar Mirza, Major General Iskandar Mirza, who was the first so-called defense minister of Pakistan, later on became the Prime Minister. You will believe that India got independence in 1947. We rolled out our constitution in 1950, after 3 years. Pakistan also got independence in 1947, but it rolled out its first constitution in 1977, after 30 years. And after 1 year, the Prime Minister who launched this constitution was killed, and again there was a martial law. So, military has been ruling in Pakistan ever since the beginning. They have tweaked their system so well that military is called the ultimate administrator, and I have got no doubt in saying this, that currently the only leader of Pakistan is Asim Munir. Recently, I will tell you the example. There was some agreement signed in Switzerland between America and Iran, for which so-called mediators Pakistan also moved. In Pakistan Army, there is a fleet of aircrafts. So, one of the most VIP, the ultra VIP, ultra comfortable aircraft, which is a new aircraft, was used to transport Asim Munir to Switzerland. Brand new Gulfstream, long range jet, VIP jet. And what Shehbaz Sharif got was a 1997 vintage Airbus A320, which was bought second hand from a Europe-based airlines and later on incorporated into Pakistan Airlines. So, you imagine the kind of Prime Minister is getting the kind of treatment, and the Army Chief is getting the kind of treatment. It shows who is in power. It shows who's more powerful.
Sir, Pakistan state was created on the name of religion, and the religious fanaticism, the jihadist elements, they are increasing in Pakistan like never before. So, in your opinion, what is the future of Pakistan? Forget about the democratic Pakistan, secular Pakistan. What is the future of Pakistan due to the jihadi elements?
See, democracy is nowhere in Pakistan. You have seen when the last elections took place, Pakistan tehrik-e-taliban, the Imran Khan's party, was banned. Despite of that, his party members, they fought independent and they got the majority. Despite of that, they were disqualified unanimously, and Shehbaz Sharif came to power. So, this latest elections were a clear example as to how the democracy is suppressed. So, it is no longer exist. As I told you, in Pakistan, public is suffering. You have a very large gap between the ultra rich and the ultra poor. There is a huge number of ultra poor people who are not able to get even a day's bread for them. Now, what will they get? Pakistan, what it gives? We call it Lahori Churan. So, what they give them? Whenever people suffer, they give them a dose of religion. Whenever people suffer, they give them a dose of anti-India sentiments. When people are asking for bread, they say, okay, we will give you Kashmir. When people ask for job, they say, okay, Allahu Akbar, in the name of Islam, we will do it in the name of Islam. We are together, we are brother, we are together, and all those things. They keep on making all these stories. Religious fanaticism is on a rise in Pakistan, especially after 70s, it rose to prominence. They used to have an interim minister called as Major General Nasrullah Babar. You must remember name, you can Google for it. And Nasrullah Babar was the one guy who created all these Taliban, madrasas, religious fanatism, all those kind of Darul Uloom Haqqaniya, more than 6,000 branches of Darul Uloom Haqqaniya, who actually nurtured entire fanatism in Pakistan, were funded by the Pakistani government indirectly. Why? Because they wanted to create something which is on the lines of religion, where people can be made fools. Then came their dictator, who Ziaul Haq. Ziaul Haq was very madly about religion. He was mad fanatic. And I see no difference between Ziaul Haq and Asim Munir. A lot of similarities are there among them. Ziaul Haq also used to do a lot of fight-time namazi. Asim Munir is also very highly religious fanatic. He did his PhD in MA in Islamic Studies from Medina, where he was posted in the holy mosque complex as a guard. So, religious fanatism is growing very high. There is no religious leader in Pakistan who is teaming up, who's on the side of the government and has ever been punished, whatever you do. So, religious leaders are not, they are the ones who help Pakistani army form the governments, choose the governments. So, it is a dirty, we call it Pakistani establishment. So, in the Pakistani establishment, we have got Pakistan army, we have got Pakistani industrialist, we have got Pakistani civil administration bureaucrats, and we also have religious leaders or religious preachers who are calling shots, and ultimately the Pakistani population is suffering. So, religion is one thing which is a card. Is a card when Pakistan plays, anything happens, Islam. Anything happens, take Islam card. Population is suffering, take Islam card. So, difficult to contain it, and Pakistan is going to be eaten away by this card only.
After Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan, the tension is increasing in PoK, Pak-occupied Kashmir. And the people, general masses, are against the Pakistani state, and they are very angry, particularly against the Pakistan army. So, what do you think? Do you think that the fire has spread to PoK, and the people of PoK are against the Pakistani state, like in Balochistan? So, will PoK be another flashpoint, another point of discomfort for the state of Pakistan?
See, I'll tell you, any person expects only three things from his government: roti, kapda aur makan. Give them food, give them a shelter, and give them clothes enough, or at the most give them an employment. Now, what has been happening in past because of the turbulences which have been happening in maybe in the Gulf or maybe in the overall Pakistan because of inflation and because of the economic status, whatever resources are there, they are eaten away by the Punjab. So, as a result, Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, which is not so agriculturally rich, not producing its own resources, it needs support. So, support is denied. They are not being given atta, they are not being given rice, they are not being given money, they are not being given electricity, they are not being given basic amenities, they are not being given even medical facilities. So, one point of turbulence. Second is, when they are asking for these kind of things, when they are going and protesting peacefully, they are being fired upon. Several dozens of them were killed in the latest Rawalakot firing. Third thing, they are also Kashmiris, and people are on the Indian side also Kashmiris. When they see the state of their brothers and sisters sitting in Indian area of Kashmir, in the where India is controlling, they see a stark difference. They say, okay, in India, even there is a dispensary in the smallest of the village. There is the electricity 24/7. I was reading a YouTube interview of one of the Pakistani guy who was on the other side of the line of control. He says ki in the night we see a clear difference between Indian occupied Kashmir and Pakistan occupied Kashmir. He said, in our side we sit in the dark, and on the Indian side, all the villages, they light up in electricity 24/7. He said, there is a major difference we see. He said, we see whenever anything happens on the Indian side, there is a hospital, there is a doctor, they get the medical aid. In our side, there is no medical aid. So, they are able to see the difference first. Secondly, they are not being given what they need or what they deserve. And thirdly, they are being suppressed forcefully by the bullets. So, now they are at a flashpoint. Till now, they are protesting peacefully. But this peaceful protest, if not controlled, if not contained, if not managed well by the Pakistani administration or Pakistani establishment, there is hardly any time when they can pick up the weapons. And the day innocent residents of PoK pick up weapons, that day is going to be a nightmare for Pakistani army.
Where do you see Pakistan 5 years afterwards?
In case Pakistan continues to move the same way, I don't think so that any kind of political party or political system will ever exist in Pakistan. Army will take over. They have given almost all powers to Asim Munir. He has been made lifetime Chief of Defence Staff. He has got complete immunity for any kind of crime or any kind of things. And I do not think that he will let any political party or any political leader come to the prominence ever in the future. I don't think so. And in this case, I don't see there is any future, because it is purely surviving on loans. There is no GDP. This year, 35 to 40% Kharif crops are affected, 25% Rabi crops are affected. Next year, this number will rise more. Next to next year, again, this will rise more. So gradually, your agricultural production is going to finish. Your exports are almost diminishing. Your CPEC is already completed. China has also now stopped giving money to Pakistan. For the last 3 years, they have not given any major amount of money to Pakistan. They have stopped giving it. Whatever they are getting it from the Gulf countries, and the day they stop, Pakistan will finish.
Thank you, Mr. Bansal. You have enriched me and our viewers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
For your such a good and lucid explanation of our neighborhood. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.